Have you seen the headlines? A recent poll shows over 60% of Americans believe the country is on the wrong track, and nowhere is this feeling more real than in our biggest cities. What if I told you that the urban decay you're hearing about is just the tip of the iceberg? What if the shining cities on a hill we once admired are teetering on the brink of a freefall? Today we're not just looking at statistics. We're peeling back the layers to reveal a startling reality that many are too afraid to face. This isn't fear-mongering, this is a wake-up call. Let's start in San Francisco, the jewel of the West Coast. Not long ago, it was the global hub of tech innovation, a city of dreams. But look at it now. Walk down certain streets in the Tenderloin and you'll see scenes that look like they're from a dystopian movie. Open-air drug use, rampant property crime, and a homelessness crisis that has left thousands living on the streets. Businesses are fleeing, with major retailers like Nordstrom closing their flagship stores. Why? A combination of lenient crime policies, a soaring cost of living that pushes out the middle class, and a social fabric that feels like it's unraveling thread by thread. The golden dream is becoming a golden cage for many of its residents. It's a stark before and after picture, from a bustling tech utopia to a city struggling to maintain basic order. Now, let's travel across the country to Chicago. The Windy City, known for its stunning architecture and vibrant culture, is now wrestling with a relentless wave of violence. In some neighborhoods, the sound of sirens is more common than the laughter of children playing. The city has recorded hundreds of homicides year after year, and carjackings have become a terrifyingly common occurrence. Social analysts point to decades of economic disparity, failing public school systems in certain areas, and a deep-seated distrust between communities and law enforcement. When people feel they have no economic opportunities and no path to a better future, desperation can lead to chaos. This isn't just a crime problem, it's a social crisis rooted in systemic failure, and the human cost is immeasurable. What about the East Coast? Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, is facing its own ordeal. It's become a hotspot for the opioid crisis, with areas like Kensington gaining international notoriety. But it's more than just a public health emergency. The city is grappling with a phenomenon some call the spiral of decay. Here's how it works. Crime goes up, so businesses close. When businesses close, jobs disappear and tax revenue plummets. With less money, the city can't fund essential services like sanitation, road repair, or even policing. Streets become dirtier, infrastructure crumbles, and crime gets even worse. It's a vicious cycle. You can see it visually. Abandoned factories stand as silent monuments to a lost industrial past, while once thriving commercial corridors are now lined with boarded-up windows. And we can't ignore Los Angeles. The city of stars is now a city of extreme contrasts. While billionaires live in hilltop mansions just miles away, one of the largest homeless populations in the nation lives in sprawling encampments under freeway overpasses. The cost of housing has skyrocketed, pushing even dual-income families to the financial breaking point. Inflation is the great accelerator here. When the price of gas, food, and rent outpaces wages, people fall through the cracks. What was once a manageable struggle becomes an impossible fight for survival. The infrastructure, designed for a smaller population decades ago, is groaning under the pressure. The constant gridlock isn't just an annoyance, it's a symbol of a city that has grown beyond its capacity to function effectively. So, what are the common threads tying these cities together? It's a perfect storm of policy failures, economic shifts, and social fragmentation. For decades, we've watched manufacturing jobs leave, replaced by a gig economy that offers little stability. We've seen the hollowing out of the middle class. Urban expert Dr. Alice Thornton notes, "A healthy city requires a strong, stable middle class. When you have extreme wealth next to extreme poverty, with nothing in between, the social contract breaks down." This isn't a new phenomenon. Historically, great cities from Rome to Detroit have declined when their economic foundations eroded and their leadership failed to adapt. We are seeing the warning signs flash red right now. What does the near future hold if we continue down this path? Imagine more abandoned neighborhoods, not just a few blocks but entire districts. Picture no-go zones where emergency services are slow to respond if they respond at all. Think about supply chain disruptions not as a temporary inconvenience, but as a permanent reality where getting basic goods becomes a daily challenge. This isn't a scene from a disaster movie, it's a logical projection based on current trends. The collapse wouldn't be a single explosive event. It would be a slow, grinding process. A city doesn't fall overnight. It crumbles brick by brick, service by service, hope by hope. The worst-case scenario is a future where our major cities become shells of their former selves, inhabited by those who can't afford to leave, governed by systems that have ceased to function. So, what can be done? This isn't just a problem for mayors or city councils to solve. It requires a national conversation and a collective will to act. We need to demand real solutions to the housing crisis, invest in mental health and addiction treatment, and create economic opportunities that give people a stake in their own communities. Supporting local businesses, participating in community watch programs, and holding elected officials accountable for results, not just rhetoric, are first steps. We must rebuild the middle class and restore a sense of shared purpose. The state of our cities is a reflection of the state of our nation. The chaos and decay we are witnessing are not random acts of misfortune. They are the consequences of choices we have made and choices we have failed to make. This is a critical warning. The free fall has begun, but it's not too late to pull the parachute. The question is, will we? Thank you for watching. If this video opened your eyes, please hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into the issues that matter, and share this video to spread the word. Let's start the conversation.